Hello ladies and gentlemen, it's Steven here and welcome back to another Minecraft hack client test video, and today we're going to check out the Flare hack client, and today I have a special guest. It's Gildfesh, if I pronounce it correct. And
that's right. Hey.
So hey, and he's the developer of the Flare hack client all along with, who is he called, Nox or?
Nox, yeah.
Okay, and today he's going to show us how to use the client properly, and we also want to give you some introduction on the Flare hack client. And if you're interested, there's a link to the website where you can actually buy it, because it's a premium hack client, and just check it out down below. The price is not too expensive. I think it's $9, right?
Yeah, $9.
Yeah, that's okay. And you can find it down below. So we're now going through all the features here, and well, Gildfesh, just tell us what you can do with the Flare hack client.
Well, the Flare hack client, it's a lot like your generic hack client. It allows you to do normal stuff such as fly and no fall. It also includes some pretty cool features such as vanilla force op. Unlike a lot of other clients, you can actually do it while in survival mode.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Which is pretty cool.
I couldn't figure out how to use the OP text file because the permissions were bugged, and he just did force OP, and he got OP on my server here. It's crazy.
Yeah, I got up before you did.
You fucker. Okay.
So it's basically probably one of the smoothest running clients. It's been running for quite a while now. We've already got a lot of happy customers from it. We're open to features. If you have any suggestions, you can actually put it in sport tickets and we'll get to it. Well, should we just get started with what's in the hacks and GUI and stuff? Okay. So by default, when you launch the client, the GUI will be bound to the key Y.
Yeah.
And the majority of the panels should be down the bottom on a little black bar. You can actually drag those up from there,
I see.
and it will
that's nice.
have a nice transition.
Okay.
And double-clicking the panel will actually put it back down into that bar, and if you double-click it again, it will put it back to where it was when you double-clicked it to begin with.
Okay, that works fine.
Yep. As you can see, it's quite simple, just off and on. If it's green, it's on. If it's red, it's off. If it says on, it's on. If it says off, it's off. If you haven't worked that out, you probably need to get checked by a doctor or something like that.
Yeah. And also for all the noobs, so if you don't know what the hack is doing, then there are also description boxes. So as you can see, if I hover over there, so it's really easy to use. Okay.
Some of the descriptions are a bit funny, but you'll probably work out how to use it.
Okay, then tell us more, man.
So let's just go through the movement things, and then we'll move on to another panel or whatever. So at the top of movement, we have step. That's just your generic step hack. It bypasses no cheat plus. It lets you step up blocks automatically.
Okay.
We also have terrain, which is actually didn't have no fall on.
But
terrain actually has.
Fine.
Yep. Terrain is a bit of a mash of different hacks together. It has fast ice, fast ladder, anti-cactus, and anti-fire. If you actually click it, I don't know if you have, it'll give a little drop-down area, and it'll allow you to turn certain things on and off.
Okay.
That's how you. That's actually how you access all the hack settings. So, like, if you did that on flight, you can see the speed.
Yeah.
So yeah, fast ice, it bypasses no cheat. It lets you run really fast on ice.
That's
fast
nice.
ladder also works on no cheat. Most things work on no cheat in this. And if it doesn't, there's probably a way we can get it to work in the future.
Nice description.
So yeah, fast ladder just lets you climb up ladders faster. It also allows you to climb up vines faster, and it also lets you skip ladders. So if they're set out in a sort of like one block spaced, it can actually climb up those still. Anti-cactus simply stops cactus from hurting you when you walk on it and walk into it. And anti-fire, it doesn't stop you being on fire, it stops you walking into fire.
Oh, that's good for PvP.
Yeah, so it stops the fire before it even affects you.
Okay.
Now, no fall denies fall damage.
Yeah, should
Derp
switch
is
it
your
on.
generic derp. Derp is your generic derp. You have different settings. I think you said you're in 3.3, didn't you?
Yes, I am currently.
Yeah.
So there's already a new version?
there's already a new version. Yeah. In the new version, we have skin flicker mode, so I can demonstrate that quickly if
I know that.
find you on the world. Maybe I'll just kill myself and go to spawn. Oh, you're right there. Okay.
Yeah, I'm right here.
So yeah, I don't know. You should be able to see my cape. So let's enable flicker. It
Yeah,
should
looks
make
good.
my head and my cape. Yep. There is twerk mode. It will automatically just shift for you.
Okay.
We have swing. It'll just swing your arm like crazy. And then we have other modes such as seizure and headless.
That looks nice.
Yeah, it's pretty stupid.
But that skin flickering thing depends on your skin, right? So it works better with
yes,
some...
you need to have... It works better on some skins. My skin's actually not the greatest to do it with. It's simply because I've got a cape that you can see it. You need a hat, or you need sleeves on your body.
Oh, okay.
So you basically need to use the new 1.8 skin features to do it.
Alright.
So, that's Derp. Sprint, by default, has a mode called Forward on it. So Sprint in general is just a normal sprint, but the Forward mode allows us to run backwards while sprinting as well, and side to side at sprint speed.
Okay.
And if you disable that, it will actually just go to a normal sprint mode, where it only activates if you walk forwards.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah. That also works on No Cheat. Flight is pretty straightforward. It's fly. Just go
and
up.
tight fly
move
so you don't
around.
drift around.
Yep. We've got phase, which is pretty cool. It bypasses No Cheat, but if the server doesn't have No Cheat, there's some pretty cool things you can do, and I'll show you that right now, I suppose. So if I just quickly grab some sand.
One moment, I'll just teleport.
I can't build here. How about I just quickly do the force up and show that?
Okay.
So I can't
so
actually
you're
build
not
here at
OP.
the moment.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't build here at the moment. So I've got an assign. I place it down. Oh, I can't place it here. Hang on. Let's see. I should be able to place it out here somewhere. Yep, I can place it right here. There's a little force up button on the screen, and I'll drop a sign for you to show that.
Okay, I see. Force up and freeze.
Yes. If you click freeze, that will actually stop. It'll make everyone's FPS within the area just drop to zero.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, I've tested it, but you need something like 5 signs on my computer, but then I have only got 2 FPS. That's really nice.
If you click force up, it will actually bring up this text on the sign. Once you right click it, it will give you permission to build everywhere, and it will give you operator status.
Oh no.
So now I can actually go into creative if I type the command, and diamonds for days. So
There
yeah,
you go.
that's pretty cool feature. It's quite cool. I think it's cool because you don't need creative mode to begin with.
Yeah, and is it already fixed now in the latest versions?
Yes. Mojang has actually found this exploit and has patched it in 1.8.7. And
Yeah,
this
but
exploit,
there's still a lot of servers which are running older ones.
there's still quite a lot of servers that are vulnerable to this. I've quite easily found a lot of them. It's always fun to mess with, especially if it's an unsuspecting owner.
Yeah, some little kid.
So while I have permissions to build, I'll quickly grab some sand, because sand is a very cool thing if you have phase. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to enable the manual phase mode and enable phase. Then I'm going to drop this sand on me, and now I can move freely through the blocks.
Holy shit,
I will
that's nice.
suffocate if I... Yeah, it's basically no clip. If I was in survival, which I can go into, I will suffocate when I'm in there,
Oh, I
but
see.
that's not too much of a deal if you're going to be in there for a short time. But yeah, you can freely move through blocks as long as you stay inside a block.
Cool stuff.
So let's quickly disable phase. Parkour, we can't actually show it on here at the moment. It uses no cheat, so that if you fall in enough blocks, it will pull you back to where you were last standing.
Okay.
This is just for like parkour servers or whatever, if you want to cheat on those. Next we have sneak, which is just a server-sided sneak. So as you can see, I'm moving around full speed. This does have a no cheat bypass. If you click the no cheat button, it will actually bypass no cheat servers.
Oh wait, sneak is somehow not working. I think I've activated too much other stuff.
I don't think it shows client-sided, if that's what you're saying.
Okay, so do you see me
Yeah, it's
sneaking?
completely server-side. I can see you sneaking.
Oh,
yeah,
okay, that's why. Okay, nice.
Yeah. We have no slow. This allows you to run faster on soul sand, move through webs faster,
Okay.
and eat while moving faster, shoot bows, and even blocking. And this all bypasses no cheat as well.
Okay.
Glide, it's just your generic glide. You fall down slower.
And with
There's a
damage
slider
mode
to
too,
say
nice.
yes, the damage mode is just for no cheat. You enable that, you just enable glide, and then you can glide on no cheat servers.
Oh, cool.
The speed is completely adjustable, so if you wanted to fall faster, you could set this glide speed all the way up.
Oh, that's
But
fast.
if you want to go slower, you can set it down.
Okay, works great.
Yeah. Next is Jesus mode. It's just your normal water walk. Allows you to run around on water, and this bypasses no cheat, although you might not be able to jump on the water on no cheat.
Okay.
In speed, we have 3 modes. We have vanilla, which is the default. We have Sonic, and we have Sanic. Sonic and Sanic are no cheat modes, and they just automatically handle all the speed for you. They go as fast as they possibly can without flagging no cheat.
Okay, so the sliders are then disabled.
The timer, yeah, basically the sliders don't change anything if you're in the no cheat modes. If you're in the normal mode, the speed slider will affect how fast you move. However, the timer currently doesn't, but that will be in a future update.
Okay.
We also have the blink hack, which is one of my favorite hacks, of course. You can do short distance teleports.
Yeah, that's nice. In PvP, you just activate it, people are running to you, and then you're behind them. It's so nice.
Yeah, we even have pulse mode, where if I enable that, I can walk around and it will handle the blink for me automatically.
Okay.
So if I was to turn that down to maybe a smaller delay, it'll look like I'm lagging.
Yeah, it does.
So that's a cool mode we have in Blink. I suppose we can have a look at maybe the other hacks now.
Yeah, that was movement in my version.
Yep. So in other, we have themes. I'm not too sure if 3.3 has themes. I think it does.
Yeah, it has themes. Flare and old flare.
Yeah. Themes are still a bit of a work in progress, but they work fine at the moment. We only have 2 themes though.
I really like the GUI. It's not like the basic API which everyone is using, so it looks kind of nice.
Yeah, this is completely written by us, which is pretty cool. We have anti-cheat mode. Now, this is not to be confused with no cheat. Anti-cheat is a separate plugin, and we have a complete bypass for it. So if you enable anti-cheat mode and the server runs anti-cheat, not no cheat, you'll be able to fly around, you'll be able to deny fall damage. Everything in the movement hacks will work. And it has anti-cheat plus mode. Now, anti-cheat plus isn't a very popular plugin. However, on some servers it is used, and if you use this mode, you'll basically have the same effects.
Great.
Fast nom is simply a fast eat. You will eat instantaneously, so I can actually demonstrate that now, because I am hungry. So if I grab some steak, and I just take one, and I enable fast nom, and I just right click, it'll instantaneously
really fast
for me.
Nice.
This doesn't bypass no cheat at the moment, but I'm working on it.
Okay.
Flare bow, it is by far my favorite feature of all time. Take a bow and some arrows, and just start holding the bow back. It just spins, yeah.
Looks like
does
a
absolutely
Quake gun.
nothing else. Yep, it does absolutely nothing else, but that's flare bow.
Yeah, looks nice.
Bit of a joke feature, I must say. Item spoof is another cool feature that we have. I can demonstrate it right now. It allows you to disguise what item you're holding. So if I was to hold, let's say, a pickaxe, I can pretend that I'm not holding a pickaxe, but I can still break things as if I am.
Oh,
so
I see.
all I do is I have a pickaxe in my inventory. I go to another hotbar slot. So for this, I'll just hold the stone. I'll turn item spoof on, and then I'll act as though I don't even care, and I go to the pickaxe, and I can start breaking.
That would be really nice for PvP. You just have a stone sword and you carry around a wooden pickaxe.
Yeah, that is something pretty cool you could do. We have extinguish. Now this is basically what most people think an anti-fire would be. If you're on fire, it will basically try to put you out.
Oh, great.
Anti-hunger is a new feature. I don't think you have it at the moment.
No?
In 3.4, anti-hunger is designed to help stop you from losing hunger. So if you enable that, you can run around for a very long time compared to normal, and you won't lose hunger. It's very simple.
Okay.
We've got some chat filters. If you enable the chat filter hack, and then you can go through the drop down thing as you go, they say different things. So for Canadian, let's just say
Gildfesh.
So let's go. This is testing the Flare hacked client's chat filters. So that's the Canadian chat filter, apparently.
That's kind of racist.
It doesn't. It gets a little bit more racist, I must say. Then we have the next chat filter, which basically just capitalizes the first letter of everything, and
I hate facts
every time
writing
the word
like this.
"the" appears, it becomes "le." We have the Gildfesh chat filter, which is actually what got my name in the first place. I typed goldfish into it, and up popped Gildfesh. So
Nice.
let's say the same text. It just jumbles up all the vowels.
Oh, holy crap, that's unreadable.
Then we have the Dolan chat filter. It will randomly remove vowels. So if I say that message again, it's going to be a different message each time.
Okay. So randomizer.
Then we have pirate speak, which is quite funny in my opinion. We have Ronin. It changes all L's to R's, all V's to B's, and adds des to the end of everything. And if I say a player's name, it will append senpai to the name.
Okay.
We have leet speak.
Oh, sorry.
It'll just change certain letters. Oh, that's fine. Change certain letters to numbers.
Okay.
We have bubble.
What the hell is that?
Pretty cool. And we have the Ramesme chat filter that just says I'm gay.
That's good.
So that's the that's the other hacks covered. Um, let's go over build because that's a quick one.
Okay.
Here are some items for the auto tool. It's just a generic auto tool. You enable it, you start breaking blocks, and it will adapt to the block that you need. Well, the tool you need to break that block. So you can try that out if you want.
Yeah, it does.
I
it
can see you've got
saves time.
items to move on at the moment because I see you breaking it all with a bow.
No, yeah. Wrong thing.
Nuka, this one uses creative mode, so I'll quickly jump into creative mode. It acts like a click nuka, so you might want to try it as well.
Yeah.
Basically, you click a block and it'll select an area, and then as you fly near that area, it will break those blocks automatically.
Oh, holy shit! The range was too high. No.
Yeah, the range can be pretty high.
Okay, so 20 is really huge.
Yeah. I have to add some way of clearing the nuka. That will be something in the future update. Okay. So yeah, we have the range, which will just change the selection radius, and we have mute, so it's not so loud.
Yeah, I hate that sound.
Instead of it sounding like all the blocks breaking, which to some people sounds cool, you can actually disable that, and it won't sound like the blocks are breaking. We have speed mine, which is your generic speed mine. Although we have various modes, in creative you will break blocks incredibly fast. It will remove the delay between the blocks, and in survival mode, it has a slider which allows you to change the speed. We have haste mode, so it'll give you the enchantment of haste. So if you like the haste speed, you can just set haste. And we have the delay. This delay is the delay between breaking each block. So as you break a block, there's a small delay before you break the next. So changing that value can actually make mining a lot faster.
Okay.
Fast place is just placing blocks faster. Currently there's no slider, but it lets you place them pretty fast.
Works.
So that's build done. Let's head over to render. In render we have full bright. Just a nice fading full bright. It doesn't edit your game settings or anything, so don't worry about your settings. Some clients do change your brightness though. In X-ray, if you drop down that menu, you'll see that it has a little box and a slider, and it'll give you every block in the game. And you just click the blocks you want to see in the X-ray when you enable it,
oh, that's really good.
You'll be able to see those blocks.
People are always messing up with X-ray with block IDs. That's good.
Now, I'm pretty sure you have the HUD mode in 3.3.
Yeah, I've got it.
It should have a drop-down bar. It has the watermark, which just displays flare and the version.
Oh,
it has coordinates, which shows the coordinates down the bottom right, and the server. It actually tries to detect what version of the server it's running. So it will say, if you're on a Spigot server, it'll actually say Spigot, and then what version of Spigot it's running on.
Oh, that's good. So you know if you can use Force OP.
Yep. So if it says just 1.8, you should be fine.
Okay.
Then we have wall hack, which is pretty nice. You can see players through blocks.
Yeah, also mobs, as you can see there.
You can enable mobs, and we can also enable spawners, so you can see the entities that are in spawners, which can be useful if you're looking for dungeons.
Yeah.
Next we have no hurt cam. So if you enable that, I'll just punch you. Oh, you're in creative.
Oh. So, now?
So yeah, your camera shouldn't shake.
Yeah, exactly.
Trajectory. If you enable that and hold a bow, it actually should show where the arrow is going to land. And if it's going to hit a mob or a player, it will actually snap to their bounding box. So it'll show that you're going to hit something.
Oh,
next
nice.
we have ESPs. I believe the Rambolo mode's working in this version, so you shouldn't have too many issues. By default,
works
it's
great.
just yeah, it's just a black and white ESP at the moment. If you enable mobs, you can see it around the mobs. They're various colors depending on if they're passive or aggressive mobs.
Okay.
And the Rambolo mode will make 2D ESPs instead of 3D.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah. Then we have name tags, which I don't think they look real good, but they work.
I think it's okay.
They display. Yeah, I've seen worse.
Me too.
So if you look at the settings for it, you can see there's players, mobs, health, color, and zoom. If I fly out a little bit, and you look a bit to the side, you'll notice that my name tag will actually shrink. And then when you look over in my direction, it should grow again. Wow, I didn't know there was a creeper there.
That's pretty good, because in some other clients you have big name tags and then they're everywhere on your screen. Really sucks.
And if you want those big name tags, you can set the zoom to a really high number.
Okay.
And it should start zooming in earlier than before.
Oh, yeah, I see.
The health mode, if you enable and disable it, will actually get the player's health and display it. 20 is full health by default. There are effects that allow you to go up, but generally 20 is the max. And color,
I see,
on some servers, the color will actually change. So if the player's name is green, for example, the name tag will show that their name is green.
Okay.
We have traces. They're simple lines pointing to the player's feet at the moment, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it does.
You are able to do this for players, mobs, and items. We also have a distance. So if you enable distance, it will actually show orange when the person's close by, red when they're very, very close, and green when they're at a bit of a distance.
That's really good if somebody's chasing you.
Yeah, it gives you an idea of where they might be without being able to see them. The range simply adjusts how far the tracers will see, so that's quite useful if you don't necessarily need tracers for lots and lots of people nearby, but it's there if you want it.
Okay.
Next is Freecam. Just enables Freecam and lets you fly around without you actually moving. We also have Search, which is a block ESP, which is similar to X-Ray, however it allows you to keep vision of blocks. So if you enable that, it will actually, by default, show chests and stuff. So if I quickly spawn in a chest, because I don't know if there's any chests nearby, you'll see that they're showing that.
I see, yeah.
And if you add block, and it's also like X-Ray where you can adjust the blocks by opening up the drop-down menu.
Okay.
Nice. Then we have crumbs. It simply shows where you've walked with a simple line. There is a wall hack option for it, which allows you to see it through blocks, but I normally have that disabled.
Yeah, can get confusing.
Yeah. So that there, at least in 3.4, is a clear button, and it will actually delete all your crumbs. I'm not sure if it's in 3.3.
No, there's just a wall hack button.
Okay, so yeah, in 3.4 you can actually click, there's a white button, and it will clear the crumbs for you.
Okay.
So that's all but combat, info, and sonar. Let's quickly go over the sonar. The sonar is very simple. You can limit the amount of players that will be on it, if it's on the text sonar. So let's just leave that off because there's not many people on. There's just us two. If you were to press the button next to the pin button, so the one with a little line across it, it will actually show a text radar. It'll show the names of the person and how far away.
How far actually works such a sonar? 100 blocks?
It works based on how far the server allows you. By default, it will be your chunk rendering distance, but if the server turns it down, it will adjust to the server.
Okay.
If you click the same button to that you just clicked again, it will actually show a GUI sonar, so you can see the location of the player in relation to you and where you're facing.
Yeah, that's good.
And I'm not sure if it still happens, but if you hover over, yeah, it still does. If you hover over the player in the sonar, you'll actually see their name.
Yeah, it does. Gildfesh.
So if you're not sure who's there or whatever, you can just hover over in the sonar and find out their name quite easily.
That's good.
So that's sonar. Let's look at info, because info is quite easy, and then we can go on to combat and we can have a look at a couple of commands. In info, we have middle click. This simply allows us to middle click someone and view some info on them. Click the same button that you did with sonar, and maybe pin it as well.
Okay.
So you should be able to see a bit of information about my player if you middle click me.
Oh, I see. Health.
So it'll
items.
actually show what armor I have and what items I've recently held. So if I was to pick that up, it's okay. If I just spawn in a couple of random items, doesn't really matter, and I scroll along.
Oh yeah, I see.
Tell you all the items that I've recently held. If I go into survival again and I get damaged, my health should drop.
Oh, that's a nice feature.
And if I have armor, the armor will actually fill up, and it will show the enchantments I have on that armor. So if I quickly spawn in just like a diamond set of gear with like a gold helmet or something, it actually shows there that I've got different armor, and it will show my armor effectiveness or status or whatever you would like to call it. So that's pretty cool, and if it's got an enchantment, it will actually say the enchantment next to the armor slot it's in.
Okay.
Which is quite useful. There's also a little number in the top corner. It should say 5 or something.
What's
right now. In the info tab, it'll say your name, and then across from there it has
the block distance.
A distance. Yep. It also changes color with distance, similar to the traces. So that, I think, is info done. Yep.
Yeah.
So now onto combat, I suppose. In combat, we have a few normal features such as kill aura. We have auto armor, we have auto suit, criticals, bow aimbot, regen, revive, which is very cool. I'll explain a little bit into that a little bit later. Fast bow, click aim, and god mode. God mode doesn't work on every server. In fact, it's a little hard to find servers it works on now, because it exploits a bug in an old no cheat version, so we can't really show that today. Okay. In the kill aura, if you drop down its settings, you're going to find quite a lot of settings there. It's probably the most customizable mod that we've got at the moment.
One question, because people always ask, can you maybe tell us some recommended settings which are usually working?
The defaults are generally good enough.
Okay.
I normally either have my speed as 10 or 8, and the range is normally around 3.5, so 3.5-ish. Sometimes if you're on a server with no cheat, I slide everything all the way up, except for timer, because timer is a bypass for some anti-kill aura plugins.
Okay.
It'll just make sure that the person you're attacking has been around for long enough, and if it has, it'll attack. So yeah, we can toggle players, we can toggle mobs, we can say if we want lock view. The safety is an interesting feature. The safety is an interesting feature. It allows you to basically force yourself to look at the player. So if you slide that down to maybe like 12 or something around there.
Okay, that's basically like in other auras, the rotation angle.
Yeah, if you set it down really low, it acts sort of like a trigger bot. So we don't actually have a trigger bot in this client because we have that sort of feature as well. If it's 180, it's not actually 180, it is 360 degrees around you. I plan on fixing that up sometime soon.
Okay, yeah, I did see that it's very high, but I have it now on 10, so you guys see I cannot attack him, so I have to directly look at the person, so it looks more legit.
Yeah, that is correct. We have Kezrox mode, which resets the timer when an entity is killed. So basically that's referring to the timer before, so you have to basically wait until the next time is up before you go to the next person to attack.
Okay.
You probably won't use that a whole lot. Speed is just how many attacks per second you're going to land. Range is how far you can reach. It goes all the way up to 8, although it probably won't attack at 8 on most servers.
Yeah.
We have the timer. I've already gone over that a little bit. And random. It's random. Randomizes the attacks per second based on what your actual speed is. So it will attempt to bypass a lot of the plugins that detect how fast you're clicking.
Yeah, great.
Auto soup, it just eats when you require some food. Criticals, it forces critical hits. So you can try that out. It might not always critical, but it should be more often than not. So yeah, those criticals are actual criticals, unlike a lot of clients I have seen which just render normal criticals and make you jump or whatever. So I'll quickly fly on over to you. Ooh.
Oh, I need to eat.
Had a bit of luck. Okay.
So, great.
So criticals just forces critical hits. Bow aimbot is quite self-explanatory. It will automatically aim a bow for you when you start shooting. You have the option of a tracer. It will just point a line towards the person you're shooting at. You can lock view, which will show where it's aiming, and you have predict. Predict will attempt to work out where the target is about to move and try to adjust the aim according to that.
I see. So
so yeah, it is pretty accurate. It's not very often that I miss with it. But if you're missing right now, there must be some issue.
I see. I was just going to point out what hack is messing up with it.
Oh, okay.
Bow aimbot, tracer, lock. So only bow aimbot is on right now.
Have you got item spoof enabled?
I don't know.
That could be messing with it a little bit.
I just yeah. It's on. Okay. No. It's still shooting
I don't know
over
what it's
you.
aiming at then. Oh, it's shooting at some pigs over on this island over here. So yeah, and it's still landing hits on them. So it's doing its job, just aiming at something we didn't expect it to aim at.
Okay.
Might look into making it so it works out based on where you're pointing.
Are there maybe settings so you can? So
Yeah,
is the
there are
kill aura
some
setting
settings.
affecting the bow aimbot if it
Kill aura shouldn't affect bow aimbot. No, so I think it's it shouldn't be affecting it. I'm not positive as to why it's
because it's now
preferring to
aiming
attack
at the
pigs
creeper
than
there.
me.
Now it aims at you.
Yeah, I might have to add a player and mobs feature because
Yeah,
at the
like
moment
in
it doesn't
Killora.
have that. Yeah. Regen.
Okay.
It's in quite a lot of clients these days. If you enable it, it will regenerate your health a lot faster. You can set your speed, and the bigger the number, the faster you'll heal. However, you might lag a bit at higher numbers.
Yeah.
It'll also drain your food quite a lot. Auto armor is quite a cool feature. If I just go into creative and I grab some armor for you, and then if you enable it and then I drop this on you, it should automatically equip the armor as I drop it. If you have it enabled.
I'm in creative. Or is it on? Oh, sorry, it was off.
Oh, okay. So the second you turn it on, are you in survival mode at the moment?
Oh no, I'm in creative. Wait a bit.
Okay. Just head into survival mode. It makes it a bit more visible. If I drop this on you now and you have it enabled, it should automatically equip it.
Yeah, it does.
So it'll basically attempt to grab the best armor that you have in your inventory at the time.
So if I already have an armor, it exchanges it?
It will exchange it if you're given better armor.
Okay, great.
So if you've got leather and you pick up diamond, it will swap over to the diamond.
Okay.
The delay slider, which is a setting in that, will actually affect how fast.
Oh, I see. There was some kind of
swap.
delay. So if I set it down.
So no cheat doesn't like you clicking really fast. So to compensate, we basically make it so it clicks a little bit slower, and the delay allows for that. Revive is an auto respawn. So if I die, I'll automatically respawn. But if you open up the settings, there's actually a home button. This home button, on some servers, you can /set home. It will set home just as you die, and then automatically try to teleport you back to your home. So it basically teleports you to where you died.
Can be really nice, but does it override other homes then?
It does unfortunately override other homes. So use with caution, I suppose.
Yeah, but it's a nice feature, so you can come back immediately.
It is a very nice feature if you're not very serious about where your home is. So, for example, if you live with your faction on a faction server, you might not even have to worry about your home.
That's great.
We have Velocity. This is basically a replacement to no knockback or anti-velocity. It will change all the velocity to whatever you set in the sliders. We have a horizontal and we have a vertical slider. If I was to set the sliders to 0, you'll have absolutely no velocity when I hit you. So if you have it enabled, I can hit you, and you shouldn't get knocked back at all.
Yeah, nothing.
If you slide it to one of the sides, let's just go to the right for the moment, you can slide it a little bit, and it will actually enhance the velocity. Oh, you've gone to the left, so it'll go towards me. It'll reverse the velocity if you go to the
that was minus,
numbers.
so it was pushing me forward. And now with plus, can you hit me? Yeah, it's way higher than.
You get sent flying. So you could pretend that someone's got a knockback hack on you, or you could use it to try to jump onto buildings easier if for some reason fly's not working for you. So yeah, that's a pretty cool feature. Then we have fast bow. Very fun. It's just your generic fast bow. You shoot really fast when you use it.
Can you drop me some arrows?
Yes, I can. There you go.
Oh, that's nice.
It just makes it into a machine gun. Click aim. It's sort of like a kill aura, but it's when you click instead of it automatically doing it. So if you click, it'll automatically face me server side and attack. So if I was to stand here, it'll automatically attack me.
Oops.
That's fine. And there's a lock view mode which will actually make you face me when.
Yeah, I had it on, so that works too.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay, and last but not least, God mode.
God mode, on old no cheat versions and some poorly set up servers, you can go into a passive state. So you can't take damage, but you can't deal damage either.
Yeah.
It's not hard to find these servers, but it's not very often you will find these servers if you're just getting on them.
Yeah, exactly, because in every client video people were complaining God mode not working, but now you have the explanation, guys.
Yes, I actually believe I found a new exploit, so I might be adding that sometime soon.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes. So that's combat done. That's all the stuff in the GUI done.
Yeah, that was really everything down now.
Yeah, if you want to, we can have a look at the commands.
Okay.
If you type -help, dash is the normal prefix.
Oh, well, I think it was minus in the flare settings. Did I change that?
Yep. It might be.
Yeah.
So yeah, in the flare settings you can basically set up what you want.
So basically
you
just hit escape, and then you have some new button which is flare settings, and in there you have some stuff like global font settings to change the font if you don't like the Minecraft font. Then here we have chat settings, and in there you can change the console command. So by default it's minus, so you can also type dot things and it doesn't affect the commands.
And if you really wanted to, you could even have it as slash. However, I don't recommend this.
Yeah.
Although if you have it as slash, I recommend checking the box underneath it that will automatically send unrecognized commands as server commands. The only issue with using slash is if you were to mistype a command, it will tell the server that you've tried to run a command.
Yeah.
So if they looked in their console and seen that you've accidentally typed fly incorrectly, it will go, oh, this person's trying to cheat. So I generally keep it separate.
Okay.
So if you run the help command, you should be given a list of commands. Open GUI doesn't actually open the GUI. It's so that if you have absolutely no clue what's going on, you can bind it. So if you were to start typing open GUI in the command, it will start to basically auto predict what you're going to say.
Yeah, I see.
So, and then you can actually press tab if it's the next word that it's going to assume, and it will automatically fill that in. Now, just for the sake of this little video, I'll get you to change your GUI bind to another key and then change it back if you want to.
Okay.
So what you should do is type in whatever your command prefix is, which I think you said is minus,
Yeah.
open GUI, and then it should say some parameters such as bind.
Okay.
So type in bind as well just after it, and then the key that you would like to bind it to. So, for
Okay.
example, if you wanted to do it to right shift, you'd put R shift. If you wanted to unbind it, you could put none.
Okay.
Um,
So we'll just
and then
bind
you
it
can
to P,
change
for
it
instance.
freely that way.
Oh yeah, that works.
Yep.
Okay.
Then we have dash help, which is what we've already run. We have dash damage. This command will actually deal the specified amount of damage. However, for bigger numbers than 1, it will actually rely on an exploit in slightly older no-cheat builds. But with this damage, you can actually do things such as glide and fly,
Okay.
which is quite fun. We have dash throw. So if I quickly spawn in some, let's say some snowballs, snowball, let's just spawn a heap of them, and I'll give you a whole bunch of them. And if you just hold it and type dash throw and then a number, it will throw that amount from your hand. So if I was to type maybe 16, it'll throw an entire stack.
Yeah, I see.
That's good if you've got like XP bottles and you want to throw all of them at once. You can just type dash throw and then the amount you want to throw. We have dash scrape. It will actually copy every single person's name that's on the world with you, and then put it into a text file in your Flare settings.
Okay.
So that's actually in your .minecraft. So if you've done anything with Flare before, such as open up for a couple of setting changes, you might go there. It will actually say where it's been scraped to, so you should be able to find it easily on your computer.
Okay.
We have a dash all off, which will instantaneously turn everything off. We have a dash get IP, which will automatically copy the server's IP, and you can just paste it to everyone.
Okay.
We have a dash V clip, which will teleport you vertically, so up and down by however many blocks you say. This doesn't bypass no cheat unless you use damage, and it may not necessarily let you go through blocks. It lets you go through blocks on anything but anything but no cheat.
Okay.
So you can go up and down. This is good for getting into bases on servers that aren't protected. So yeah, that's a pretty cool feature. We have dash suicide. It doesn't currently work on no cheat. However, if we do it now, it will instantaneously kill us and send us to the spawn. It will say that we've actually died from fall damage. So I've done it as well, and we're over here now. What else have we got? We have
What about the enchanting
dash-
feature?
Yes, we have dash enchant. If we head into creative mode,
Okay.
you have creative mode, right?
Yep.
Yep. Let's get out something to enchant. I'm just going to enchant a diamond sword for this. If we type dash enchant, we can say what sort of enchantment we want. It will actually know what sort of enchantments it's after. If you were to start typing, for example, sharp instead of sharpness, it will know that you're after sharpness.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to enchant it with everything, you can put an asterisk. So the star, and that will give you every enchantment. If you don't specify a level, it will go to 127 by default.
Nice.
And in later versions, I will actually allow it to go to higher numbers. So yeah, it will give some super swords. Be careful, because there is occasionally a bug where if you do it and then you open and close your inventory, you may drop a duplicate weapon on the ground with whatever enchantments you had.
Oh, okay.
So just keep that in mind. It shouldn't happen very often, but if it does, it's better off that you know that it happens.
Okay.
We have the say command. This is so that you can bypass the console, so I can say -help into the chat.
Mm-hmm.
We have font. This just lets you change the global font. However, the global font settings is actually
just
an
like
easier
you
way
can
to
do in the
it.
settings.
Yeah. We have the prefix, which allows us to change what the command prefix is. We have Pathfinder. I actually haven't messed with Pathfinder a whole lot, so I can't really explain what that does. We have Crash. It will crash vanilla Minecraft servers, so we might try it on this server a little later if you want.
Sure.
We have dash list. It will actually list every single hack in this client, and in 3.4 it will list the category it's in.
Okay.
I think that's all the commands.
Yeah, that's basically it.
Yeah, that seems like all the commands. So as we've said at the start, you can access the signs just by placing a sign. It will give you a freeze button and a force op. Most of the hacks bypass no cheat. So let's crash the server, I suppose.
Okay.
This does have protection against lag signs, just in case you were wondering. So yeah, let's crash the server. You don't need creative mode. You can be in survival.
Okay. So I just type -crash.
Yep.
That's all?
The server should. Yep. That's all you do, and then the server should just die.
Okay.
Yeah, it stopped responding.
Oh, I'm still on.
It doesn't stop the server. It freezes the server.
Oh, okay.
So yeah.
Yeah, I see. Nothing going on anymore. Yeah, now I got kicked finally.
Yeah,
Timed out.
So yeah, the crash does work.
Okay, yeah, it works. Really great
feature.
feature.
It's a pretty cool feature.
Okay.
So yeah, we've covered pretty much everything in there. It has in 3.4. It allows you to phase through iron bars and stuff in no cheat, which is very useful feature. It is a constantly updated client, and we get updates out quite fast. It has an auto updater. The main menu can actually
I see. I can press update
change
there.
the menus. Yeah, you can click that and it will give you a change log.
Yeah, there's already the 3.4
it will actually start updating.
That's great.
Yep. Is there anything else that I'm forgetting? If you were to open up Flare settings, you can see that there's the chat settings. There's a player manager, which allows you to sort out like friends list. In 3.4, it actually protects the player's name, like a name protect as well. So that's quite useful.
Okay. Yeah, it's not in 3.3 right now.
Yeah, in 3.3, it's labeled as alias manager, but it doesn't work quite so well.
Okay.
In 3.4, we've fixed up quite a lot of those problems. And you can manage the click GUI even if you aren't in the game by clicking Manage Click GUI. So all these things will actually enable you to, for example, if a mod for some reason kicks you from a server or something,
Yeah, that's pretty good.
you can easily just toggle it while in this menu.
I hate it being on a server, you have to spawn and you always open up the menu because you have the PvP hex on, and then you just press escape key.
Yeah.
That's really nice.
We have the newest features, just shows a changelog with all the updates and what they contain. Green just means that it's a new feature, red means it's taken out, and grey means it's changed in some way or just miscellaneous.
Okay.
We have credits, and that just simply gives us a couple of little bits of things, like it has Optifine and it has better fonts. I might want to quickly say, global font settings, it will use any font that you have on your computer as long as you know its name. So, for example, if you have Arial by default, that will show as Arial font. You could go to like Verdana, you could go to Times New Roman, whatever you really want.
Yeah, works.
The string shadow display changes where the location of the shadow is on the text. I always like it at 0.5-ish, because it just sort of smooths out the text a little bit. So yeah, that's a pretty nice thing. And we have the default button. It'll just display default Minecraft font.
Okay.
I think that's just about it. The client comes with Optifine built in, which is very, very useful. So yeah, it's a very nice client all over. We accept suggestions, so if you want a feature or you notice a bug, you can just contact us through the support on our website, flareclient.com. Or if you prefer, arrow.me, 2 A's and 1 R. And I think that pretty much wraps it up.
Yeah, pretty nice client, and I think you can buy it with PayPal, right?
Yes, you can actually purchase this with PayPal and Bitcoin. I think that's our only current forms of payment. Yeah, we accept Bitcoin.
Okay, nice.
However, I think you might need to contact Nox to do the Bitcoins, but I'm not positive on that. I'm not positive.
Man, I wasted so much money on Bitcoins, but let's not talk about this. Okay.
So yeah, that covers the majority of the client.
Yeah, nice client, so make sure you check it out, guys. Link down below, and as Gildfesh said, you can also check out both websites. And yeah, I really enjoy it, and maybe in the next days I can bring you some PvP gameplay, but this video is now 57 minutes long. I think we need to stop this here.
And that's pretty long, yeah.
Yeah, damn long. Probably one of the longest I've ever uploaded. But really, that covers now everything, and for all the people who don't understand all the hacks or what they're doing, this is really a nice video to check out everything, and we had some good explanation from Gildfesh. And yeah, thanks for joining, man.
Oh, it was great. Thanks for having me.
Okay, then, yeah, check everything out, and I'm out for today. Thanks to Gildfesh. See you guys. Bye-bye.